In the late 1950s, at the height of the Cold War, the United States seriously considered detonating a nuclear bomb on the moon, not as a test, but as a message to the entire world. The plan was called Project A119, and it came right after the Soviet Union shocked everyone by launching Sputnik, the first satellite in history, which made it seem like the U.S. was falling behind in both space and military technology. American officials wanted a response that was impossible to ignore, something so dramatic that it would instantly reassert dominance. And the idea they came up with was simple, but extreme. Detonate a nuclear weapon on the surface of the moon so that the explosion would be visible from Earth. This wasn't just a concept either. Real scientists were brought in, including a young Carl Sagan, to calculate how bright the explosion would be, how much dust it would kick up, and whether the flash could be seen by people across the planet, because the goal was not destruction, it was spectacle, a show of power that said the United States could reach anywhere, even beyond Earth itself. But the more they studied it, the more problems started to appear. A nuclear explosion on the moon would offer almost no scientific benefit. It could backfire politically if the public found out. And if the mission failed, it would be an international embarrassment instead of a demonstration of strength. There were also concerns about how it would affect future space exploration, since contaminating the moon with radiation could limit future missions or research, and more importantly, it raised a much bigger question. If nuclear weapons were used in space, what would stop other countries from doing the same, potentially turning space into another battlefield? As these risks became clearer, the project was quietly abandoned before it ever reached the launch stage, and instead of trying to shock the world with a nuclear explosion, the United States shifted its strategy toward something far more lasting, landing humans on the moon in 1969. But for a brief moment in history, one of humanity's greatest achievements could have started very differently, with a nuclear explosion lighting up the surface of the moon as a signal of power rather than a step forward for mankind.